Hey guys, it's Christy with ZTLotusTarot, and I just wanted to come to you with your daily reading, see what the collective, what Spirit has to say to the collective. The first thing that has come up all day today for me is the number 555. You may be seeing this number repeatedly. It's an angel number of change. It means that things in your life are changing, and get ready for that change and all the changes that come with change, all the shit that, I don't know, feels like it's turned upside down and inside out and right. So, and it's so crazy because when I got that card, it's like every card after that kind of fell in line. It's just amazing. I want to first preface this, change is one of those things that are so hard to cope with. Any kind of change, and it doesn't matter. Like, it's just like if something in our life changes, there's an uncomfortability that comes with that change, like whatever kind of uncomfortableness comes with it. It's just part of the unfolding of what change is. It's getting out of our comfort zone. It's knowing that that we have to make adjustments. It's knowing that we have the capability to make those adjustments, but that it's going to be uncomfortable in the process, right? So, geez, excuse me. So, so basically, you got this. I don't know. That was one of the cards that I pulled out of my little positive jar today. That is my daughter's, actually, her little positive jar that she left here. But I think it's just so cool. So, you got this, and the actual oracle card that I pulled today was the Divine Mother Manifests, okay? And normally I only pick one of these for the day, but today 3 of them came out. And so I wanted to be sure that they, here's the deal, there's no mistakes in tarot. You can throw out cards and you can redo cards and you can put them back and try again, and whatever your energy is and whatever you're supposed to hear in that moment, it's what it is. And so although these oracle cards, the meanings of them are a little bit more lengthy than, interpretation of a regular tarot card, that's why I try to limit it to one a day, just because it's a lot to take in one day. But I got 3. So, and they're just all 3 so beautiful that I can't even not talk about all 3. So bear with me. Bear with me in the little bit of a lengthy description of these cards. But I feel like the message is super strong today on what is needing to be heard in these cards. So the Divine Mother Manifests is such a great card of understanding that we're being watched at all times, and God is always watching us, and our angels and our ancestors, and they're always guiding us on a certain path that they see for us that we might not even see. Like we don't get it. And sometimes it's like, why did this happen in my life? And even the bad things, even the things that have done nothing more then show us and teach us lessons. We always wonder why. Everything that evolves in our life story is for a specific purpose. There's no mistakes. You think to yourself, well, I literally had a choice that day. I could have did this or that, and I chose that. Why? Why did I do that? Why did I choose anything? Why did I choose to become the person that I am today, like based on what I do for a living? Why did I choose to this? Why? Because every thing, every move you've made in your life, every turn you've made, every decision that moved you in a different direction, if we sit and think about our life, we could probably gather up about, I I don't know, 15 to 20 really important moments in our life that if in the time frame, if we were to actually look at those items of unfolding, had no real, purpose at that time, like didn't seem significant at the time, but how just that little moment, that decision, that move, that change, that leap, because sometimes it's a leap, that fall, whatever falls, have occurred in our life, that suffering, that trauma, that whatever, if we could probably add up to about 15 to 20 moments in our life that have actually shaped our path perfectly, in perfect order, exactly how it's supposed to go. Not a moment sooner, not a moment later. Everything falls into place perfectly for whatever it is, whatever your purpose is, whatever your path is, whatever's been set in stone for you. It's been created by change about, moments. It's decisions. We manifest things perfectly. There's no mistakes. And so this card, this Divine Mother Manifests, talks about trust and faith and forgiveness and acceptance of knowing that everything has been perfectly orchestrated for you, created by you, for a purpose, for a plan. And there's nothing, not anything that you want that you can't have. And it's like we have to, part of manifesting is letting go of the idea that we have any control over how we manifest things or why we manifest things or how soon or how late or how, timing is completely irrelevant with manifestation. The quicker you can learn to let go of the idea of how, when, how, where, like all those things that we ruminate over in our mind and our brain about like what if and this and that and how long and well, what if nothing that's meant for you will miss you is basically what this card says in a couple words. Nothing that's meant for you will miss you. If it's meant for you, if it's divinely guided to your path for a purpose, you won't miss it. There's no missing out on it. It might not be in the time frame you wanted. It might not be in the way that you thought it was coming. It might not be hand delivered to you in a perfect little package, the way you might have created it in your mind to seem. But nothing that's meant for you will miss you. Spirit is encouraging you to continue faith. Faith in knowing that anything and everything that you want, desire, and is meant for you will be for you in whatever way possible, and that lets us let go of a lot of stuff, a lot of worry, a lot of fears, a lot of pain, a lot of wondering, a lot of questioning. It allows us just to let go and let it flow. I rhymed. That's like one of my favorite things to do in life is rhyme. So there you go. If you let it go, then you let it flow. And you don't have to worry anymore about anything because some things need time and some things need space for unfolding. And some things need perfectly prepared just for you, if that makes sense. It's like, you might be like, you know, twiddling your thumbs, like, when will this happen? Or when does this occur? Or when does my life unfold perfectly like I imagine it to? And when does, um, when does that abundance flow to me? And when does that, when do I put out that video that gets me to 1,000 subscribers? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, you can let go of when and how and why and where and to what extent, and and just get excited that it's on its way. Whatever's meant for you. Whatever's meant for you, it's yours. It's yours. It won't miss you. It won't pass you by. But Spirit is saying that, intuition is needed in this situation. You have to go within and you have to utilize your intuition and knowing what you need to do next. What are your next steps? Okay. And this is when we can get quiet within ourselves and continue with our faith and knowing that anything that's meant for us won't miss us, and utilizing our intuition on what we can do as we get excited and prepared for all of our greatness and love and abundance and the perfect unfolding of our life the way we want it to. You can utilize your intuition and knowing what you need in any given moment to make that happen. So what do you need in this moment to make things happen for you? Because we know that we have to get out of our head and get into a space of our heart. What's your intuition telling you about how that happens for you? Is that going for hikes in nature because you feel so elated in those moments? Is it, getting quiet, taking a nap? Dude, people just don't understand the benefits of just getting some rest. What does your body need in order for you to connect with your intuition a little deeper? Because your intuition is going to tell you what is it that you need. If you can get to a space where you can listen to your intuition, it's going to guide you on making those right steps and choices and next moves. You know what I mean? So don't get discouraged. Don't get back in the headspace, It's a matter of I don't know why, but I'm being guided to that. You ever hear that story? And I'm still gonna mess this up, but because butterflies are one of my spirit animals, I just, the story of the butterfly, okay, cocoon or metamorphosis or whatever you want to call it, okay? And because we're talking about change, that kind of just matches up perfectly with what I want to tell you, is that sometimes, no, nope, I'm going to take that back. All the time in life, especially with the metamorphosis of a butterfly, okay? A transformation of any kind, a change of any kind. There's certain things that can't be done to make it easier, if that makes sense. I'm sorry I said it again. That's super annoying. But does it make sense to you that there's some things that can't be done for you? They have to just be, you have to figure them out for yourself in whatever way it requires you to change. So sometimes Spirit will put obstacles in our way of change because they know that if we don't go through that obstacle, we're never going to be able to have the strength to learn the lesson that we need for our next venture. Does that make sense? Like, here we go again with the tower. Wow. Okay, so if you gotta Google that story, really. So what it basically is that there's a cocoon that a boy is watching, right? And he sees that the butterfly is struggling to get out of the cocoon. And so he sees a little hole, and he notices inside the hole of the cocoon that the butterfly is trying its best to get out of the cocoon. After being like super anxious for this butterfly, he cuts the cocoon, okay? And he allows the butterfly out of the cocoon prematurely or something, like before the butterfly could actually struggle to get out of that cocoon himself. And what that did, that struggle during that time of the butterfly trying to get out of the cocoon, it was actually a time where his wings were strengthening and all the blood was flowing through the wings to give him the ability to fly. So the struggle was needed. It couldn't happen before then. The butterfly could not fly unless he had done that work on his own to struggle through whatever needed to be done in order to make the change be successful in his flight. Does that make sense? Like, that person cutting the cocoon for the butterfly made it so that the blood didn't flow to his butterfly wings. So when he was out of the cocoon, the butterfly couldn't fly because he wasn't ready. He still needed things. He needed to be, the blood needed to be pumped. And that only comes through our own metamorphosis, our own struggles, our own realizations, our own efforts, our own learning, our own growing. And that takes time. You can't rush it. You just can't. And so Spirit is saying that patience is required because there's still more work that needs to be done before you can fly. But does that mean that you just stop all progress? Absolutely not. You keep going. You got this. Change is here. Yes, it's happening. It is happening. Nothing that's meant for you will miss you. It won't pass you by. But you can't skip steps of learning. Your path is predetermined, and everything that happens is for a purpose. It happens perfectly. There is no rushing that process. There is no ability for anybody to help you on that journey. It has to be a self journey, a journey of self-discovery. And when you're ready, you'll know it. And when you know it, you'll be utilizing your intuition, and you'll know what is the next best step for you. And it may seem insignificant to you. And once it's done, it may be like, this could have been done so much sooner. And how could I have known that something so simple, some little tweak, some little lesson, some little struggle could lead to this beauty? It's like, think back on those 15 to 20 relevant moments in your life that literally at the time seemed like nothing. Not, you didn't think twice about it. I mean, you may have thought a little bit about it, but sometimes things literally just happen in a moment's notice. how change that can change the entire trajectory of your life. So Spirit is saying that this is no different. Whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, that is manifesting for you. It's manifesting. It may seem insignificant, like what you could do to help that manifestation come to you sooner. But you have to look within, and you have to do your own research about you and what you need to tweak about what you're doing right now, and struggle a little, because nothing that's without struggle could ever fly. You're going to be handicapped. We don't want, it's not the beauty of the unfolding of something because it was meant to be at that moment, divine timing. It can't be rushed. You got to utilize patience. That's it. That's all you can do. Patience, learning, understanding, faith. Oh, you have to have faith in whatever it is you want to manifest. That's the first step, faith, and then letting go of how and why and when and where and what next. And you can't do that to yourself because all that does is create resistance, and it's not allowing it to flow. Let it go to let it flow. Let go of those ideas. Let go of that resistance. And Spirit is ready to hand deliver on a silver platter. But it's not, it doesn't come without struggle, ever. Every obstacle, every moment, everything on your life path is for a reason. And whatever it is that is manifesting this huge change for you, you got this. Nothing that's meant for you will pass you by. You have the answers. Utilize your intuition. Relax. Take a nap. Get some rest. Your body needs rest. Spirit is telling me it does. Like, watch a movie. Laugh. Whatever it is that gets you into a high vibing state. If you're not rested, you can't ever get yourself into a vibe that's high enough to manifest anything. Because when we're in a low vibration, all we do is manifest low vibrational things. And so Spirit is saying, whatever it is that lights you on fire, laugh. Laughing is the easiest way to get into a good vibration super quick. So have some fun. Do some things you enjoy. Watch a movie. Do things that are high vibe, Make decisions that are high vibrational, things that make you feel good in a way that lifts your spirit and keeps you in a place of faith instead of fear, right? No fear here. Fuck fear. My language. But, and so Cosmic Heart. So the next, and I'm going to hurry because this is getting really lengthy and I really didn't mean for it to be this long. But Cosmic Heart also talks about knowing that every struggle you've been through, and some things that you even beat yourself up about, right? We all do that. We're like, oh my God, what a terrible life decision, and why did I do that? Fuck. Now, why did I do that? I know better than that. Anything. And it doesn't matter what it is, but any struggle you've ever been through, anything that has seemed to be a mountain, an obstacle, a block, a defeat, a fall, a failure, any of those things, Spirit has watched over you during that time and has encouraged you each time to get up and keep going, keep moving in the right direction, trying to give you signs and synchronies of like, this is the right path, let's try this, you know, and you might not even realize some of those signs and synchronicities that you've received over time, but Spirit is saying it's been there, and you have started to continue on that path of growing from each one of your struggles, each one of your traumas, each one of your sufferings, each one of your battles that you've been through. And they think your heart is like on fire right now. And they're just so excited because you are coming into a place of seeing that how you, if you take those struggles, right, and you learn from them and you grow from them and you expand because of them, and you start living in that space of humbleness and like humbling yourself enough to say like, yes, I did fall, but guess what I also did? I got up, you know, and I didn't make others fall because I fell, you know, I worked my way back up whatever way I had to, you know, and I utilized my lessons and the things that I've learned during that fall to maybe help pick somebody else up off the ground, you know, in the process. You know, maybe it's just being a friend to someone. Maybe it's just, you know, giving somebody a hug in a day who never had a hug that day at all and really needed one. You know, you don't even realize the things that you've done, and Spirit says they're noticing, you know. The angels are noticing the things, the way that you're learning and growing from your lessons. And it's like your heart just radiates love at this point. And that's such a beautiful place to live and be and grow from, you know, to only bring more of that kind of love light energy into our life. Because at the end of the day, that's how change occurs in a positive direction, is by living in a space of authenticity that shows our love light energy to others and shares it with others, you know. So that's that one. And so the new gown is just a perfect little combo card to those other two, because it talks about taking off, and this is, we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but like shedding an old story about yourself or what you believe to be true for you because of your past story of yourself, right? I think we talked about it a couple days ago maybe, but regardless, new gown means that you're going to take off the old tattered gown that you've decided for yourself, and you're going to put on a new robe of just glory, you know, and protection and love, and think of it as the most beautiful gown. And, you know, whatever, you know, maybe it's the trench coat for a guy, but I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of something that could work for a male. But, like, just imagine this gown of glory, you know, of beauty, of pearls and sapphires and, you know, and jewels and, you know, all this little bedazzled stuff that I just love. You know, that's how I imagine my new gown, is to be something that perfectly complements my skin tone and eyes, and you know, it just feels safe, and I'm, you know, protected in this gown of just being knowing that this new gown puts me in a category of knowing my worth. You know, my gown represents what I'm willing to put out to the world, to know what I deserve, you know, and to know that that this gown, you know, doesn't sit at tables that don't serve, you know, the feast that I deserve. If that makes sense. Like, I'm going to the royal ball, so I'm gonna put on this gown because I don't know, I deserve that little meal that they're serving at that ball. You know what I mean? It's about knowing your worth and starting to recognize that you need to walk with your head held high and your chest out and know your worth, but not in a way that it's just like shedding old stories of what you thought was possible for you in general in your life. And and instead of living according to those old belief patterns, excuse me, good golly, club soda, a little bubbly. Okay, so like instead of living according to those old tattered clothes that you allowed to touch your body, and those old belief patterns of what was possible for you based on your old storyline, your old narrative, it's that's no longer there because you've put on a new gown. You've put on a new gown of self-worth, of self-love, of appreciation, of knowing your worth and demanding what you deserve in life. Period. Demanding your birthright of abundance and freedom and health and wealth and love, true love that you deserve, and knowing that this gown protects you because you can only wear it when you're ready to wear it, because you've decided it, because you've grown and into this person who can put it on. Does that make sense? Like, this is knowing your worth and sharing your worth with others from a space of love and understanding and sharing your love light energy with others, So I just thought that was really great. This video went way too long, so I'm just going to give you like we did touch on self-care though, and that's so important. Yes. So you have this like feeling of being this stable and committed and abundant person right now. You're thinking of all the things in your life that have created you to be the person that you are today, and you're like, wow, like I've really come far and I'm very proud of myself, and you should be, and it's like people are watching you and they're watching your transformation and they're curious, like, like, wow, like I think she, I think they're doing an amazing job of transformation. Like, this is awesome. But little do they know, the struggle and the 10 wands that you carried up a mountain, to get there. And it's like, people may even like be, saying things about you or making you feel in a certain way where it's like, ooh, I don't know if I want to do this, and I'm curious, but like, I don't, change is a big deal, and people don't really deal with change well, and I things are changing, but like, listen, nobody knows the struggles that you've been through. Nobody knows the lessons that you've learned. Nobody knows your path. Nobody knows what's right for you. You may not even know what's right for you. And think about your life in general. Did you ever know what was really going to happen? Did you ever have all the answers? No way. And you can pick those 15 to 20 moments in your life where you had a decision to make, where you had a mountain to climb, where you had a fall that you had to get back up from. And you can say to yourself, like, did I ever imagine that this would have been my path? No. And that moment, that choice, that decision, that moment was the moment that created the change. That decision, that I mean, criminy, like it can literally be anything. That job, that, you know, anything. Things are set up perfectly for a reason, and God is not going to let anything pass you by. Nothing pass you by that's supposed to be for you. But it's all in divine timing, you know? You've got all these great filling thoughts and memories, and you know, you have all these thoughts and memories of your life, and knowing, and like you're not sure what's the right idea, like what's the right thing to do. I have no clue. And Spirit says if that's the case, you're on the right track, because that's life. Just dance with it. Just not know. It's okay. Take your time. Patience, faith, knowing that you're manifesting, period. And that's boss. That's boss. And here's the deal. That butterfly story, that's the truth. You know, you can't rush anything. So take the night off. Go do something that you enjoy. Have fun. Watch a movie. Go see a sunset. Do whatever it is that lights you up and gets you in a high vibing space of just being happy. Because when you're happy, that's when you manifest anything and everything that you want. So I hope that this video has helped in some way. If you did like it, please like it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, so that I can keep building and bringing you more content, hopefully less wordy content, because today was kind of like long-winded and I didn't mean to do that. But we're learning, we're growing every single day, and everything's unfolding as it should, you know? So I hope you guys have a great night and enjoy your weekend. Thanks. Bye.